Welcome back. My name is Dave. I teach private lessons. I teach saxophone and a little bit of clarinet, and I teach right here in Dave's Garage. I'm in San Diego, and if you're in my area and you'd like to start up lessons, contact me, davegoodsax@gmail.com, or leave something in the comments below. I'd love to set up some time. I'm firmly in the notion that even though there are amazing opportunities on online and on YouTube to learn how to play, that the best way is one-on-one. Barring that, if you're anywhere on the planet with internet access, we can try to set up something in your time zone and my time zone that works, as long as you've been playing for a while, okay? Beginners, people that have, still trying to figure out which end to put that mouthpiece on, find somebody that you can sit with and play with. Find someone in your area. It doesn't have to be a teacher. It could be someone that actually plays. Just sit down and play with them and figure out what's going on. I have learned that the beginners on Zoom are hard to get over that first hurdle of getting to sound, turning the noise into tone. It's hard to see you. It's hard to hear you. But if you have some chops already and you've got some specific ideas to work out, and you're past the intermediate level, intermediate or better, advanced or pro, we can work them out online. So once again, davegoodsax@gmail.com. Today I want to talk about how to be an excellent side person, side man or woman. I think side person is appropriate. That's what I am. I play tenor sax professionally. I am a side man. I do not own or front or run a band. I am the guy that you call if you want a tenor sax player at your wedding gig or your club gig or whatever the gig is. I'm the guy that you call to come and sit in with your band. The types of music that I specialize in are blues, rock, funk, soul, R&B, gospel, that sort of thing. So I am my job is to show up and just be as good as the band, if not better. And I've come up with a list of things that I think are important for you. A lot of you are side players too. Now, of course, if you're a functioning side person, you've already got chops. You're good. We don't have to talk about scales or any of those sorts of things. You know how to do that already. You got it all dialed in. You can play. You've been to the jams, and perhaps your phone is starting to ring because you're really kicking it at the jams, and people are hearing you play and they're saying, "Hey, I want that person to come in and sit in with my band." And so now let's go over a list of things that are expectations that maybe aren't in a book anywhere, or maybe no one's going to tell you except for me. So let's talk about it. First of all, know the band's material. It seems like a no-brainer, doesn't it? But a lot of people don't. They just show up. They go, "Hi, hey, how you doing? Hey, well, cool. Where's my money?" No, know the band's material. All right, they'll have a YouTube channel. You should watch the band. You should see what they do. All right, know where all the know where all the pieces fit together. Right, or if you can, go hear them, check them out, travel to where they're playing, listen to a gig, have them send you links to songs that they play. Maybe even a set list. Now, everything is subject to change, of course, but that's not such a bad idea. Know the material, and if possible, know the material that you're expected to know for the show. Now, some bands are real specific about those kinds of things, and maybe you're subbing for a horn player and you have to learn that horn player's parts. Well, you got to get all that stuff, right? Make sure that they set that up for you and with you, either in links or paper, whatever it is. Sheet music, whatever they have, you need those resources. Some bands are really highly organized, and they have a music director, and they have horn sections, and they've got notebooks, and they got the books, and they're set up with charts as in order of how they play them. They play certain shows, and I'm talking bands that were corporate level gigs and things like that. Those kinds of entities tend to be very, very, very well organized. Know what you're getting into before you get into it, okay? That's the craft of being a side person, okay? Now, before you get there, pack your gear. Don't show up without reeds. Don't show up without, "Oh, I forgot my strap. Oh, no." Now, bring 2 straps in case one breaks. Bring a bunch of reeds in case, your reeds aren't working. Bring maybe an extra mouthpiece if you have one. Bring an extra horn if you have an extra horn. I mean, it's always a good idea to cover all the bases. What about sound gear? Know what you're getting into. What do they have? What kind of PA do they have? If they even have a PA. Do you own an amplifier as a sax player? Not a bad idea. Do you have a pedal board with effects pedals on it? Not a bad idea. But you need to know. You need to know what are you plugging into and who is in charge of that sound. Do they have a sound guy at this club? Is it a member of the band? Does their PA have, say, phantom power to run your clip-on microphone? And I'm a big believer in bringing your own microphone and your own tested cable and your own stand. Have those three things and have those with you so that you know that they work. I can't tell you how many times in the past I've shown up for a gig and, junk mic, stand, like the thing doesn't, doesn't work, doesn't hold, it doesn't, the clamp doesn't work anymore, so it slowly sinks into the horizon, or you have to duct tape it, or the cable's got a short in it. And how will you know that there's no sound coming out? Because the PA's in front of you, right? You may not have a monitor. That's another question to ask. Are there going to be monitors in this gig? Know what sound gear is going to be there. Don't be dependent. Don't go in and be dependent on, oh, hey, whatever, cool, dude. Okay, number 4 is look your best. I think this is number 4, right? Number 3, number 4. Anyway, look your best. All right, now if the band members wear wife beaters and baggy shorts and whatever, yeah, okay, that's one thought. But if they're looking good, you look good too. Okay, look your best. Right? Dress like a rock star. That's what people want to see. Bring added value. Added value. Now, what do I mean by that? Whoa, that's a good question. Added value. Show up with rhythm instruments, shakers, like a cowbell. Is there enough cowbell ever? You know the answer to that. Maybe a tambourine, maracas, claves, anything like that you can use to add to the rhythm section, right? In the times when you're not going to be playing. And if you're a side person on saxophone, you're not going to be playing in every song. That's overkill, right? So you're not really going to be playing. You'll have some moments there when you can actually add a chugga-chugga. And that sounds really good. Or can you sing? Can you learn to sing if you can't sing? I mean, if you can play saxophone, you can sing. You just don't know that. Let's take a few lessons. Learn to sing backing vocals. Then you'll need another mic for your vocals and a mic for your horn. Duh. You knew that, right? Of course you did. I mean, I'm overstating the obvious, but it's my job to do that. So look your best, bring added value. What about keyboards? You want to bring a keyboard? Would they like to have that? I mean, think about Steve Berlin in Los Lobos, right? When he's not blowing sax, he's playing some keyboards. He's adding some fill, he's adding some value to himself. Fellow I grew up with, not just a bass player, didn't just stand in the back, learned how to dance, play the bass, dance, move around, learn how to sing really well, sing backup vocals. And just the other day, I was listening to Al Jarreau, doing some house cleaning, and I put on Al Jarreau. And I look on the back, and by God, there's his name. Bass and background vocals. All right? So bring added value. Will it get you a gig like that? Maybe not. But I'm talking about being an excellent sideman. Be your best, look your best, sound your best, know the material, bring added value to the gig, right? And now this one's important. Leave your bad habits at home, all right? You don't need a shot before you play. You don't need a couple of beers before you play. There's a bar tab, I'm sure. You don't need to go drink that bar tab. Think about it. Friends, think about it. Do you want your dentist to smoke a bowl before he works on your teeth? How about the guy that rotates your tires at the shop? Get your oil change, your tires rotated. You want that the guy that puts the lug nuts back in. You want him to like have a couple of shots before he does? No, there's some thought that because we are musicians and because we are in houses of where their alcohol is served or that sort of thing, or that weed is common. No, leave that stuff at home. You can drink all you want at home. You can smoke all the weed you want at home. Not on the gig, okay? No. And if you have, personal problems, issues, things like that, challenges, just leave it at home. Leave it at home. Gossip, leave it at home. Your job is to show up and be an excellent side person, okay? You got to be straight. You got to be on time. You got to look good. You got to know the band's material. Got to know what sound gear is going to be there. You got to show up with your own really quality sound gear that's all in working order. Everything's got to work. Your horn, everything. You can't have, there's no mistakes here. Come on. Because your next gig comes from this gig. That's right. This is your resume. It doesn't matter where you went to school. Berkeley College. Who cares? If you can't play, if you suck at a gig, you're not getting that, your phone's not going to be ringing anymore, okay? So, next is to make the band look good, all right? Make the band look good. You're not there to showboat, you're not there to like suck up all the applause. You're not there to like, oh, I can play better than anybody in this band, which, by the way, as a side person, you should be able to play better than everybody in that band. Our job is very hard. We have to do a lot of things, and we have to do them quickly. We have to make adjustments quickly. We have to use both of these. We have to be able to actually play to the top of our skill level in that particular gig at that particular time, right? So your job is to make the band look good, right? If the band's got a great singer, great solo, great guitar player, whatever, they've been together for a long time. Your job is to support them, all right? You support them with really good fills or not. If they have, a system of fills, figure out how you can fit into that or not. Lay back. That's sometimes the best thing that you can do is to lay back. Support a solo or come out of a solo with something that reflects the solo that you just heard, right? Heard, once again, not like, well, no. You are playing with this band. And the part B of that is make it so the audience thinks that you've always been a member of this band. That people in the audience out there would be astonished to find out that you've never played with this band before, you've never rehearsed this material with this band before, that you're brand new to this. That's the level of performance that you're going to bring to this gig, okay? That's what makes you an excellent, a superior, just above the the limbo bar. You're way above as a side person, and you'll get, your phone will keep ringing because you brought value to the band. You didn't showboat, you didn't suck up all the applause, you didn't play over everybody. You left your bad habits at home. You showed up early. You looked really good. You brought great equipment, and you played it so the audience had no idea you'd never been with that band before. Now, the last number 9 or 10, where we're at here, I'll cut it off right after this, is Cashita, the money. All right, don't play for free. What? No, don't play for free. If the band's getting paid, you're getting paid. Your play for free days are over, okay? If you cannot get the right money, you got to say no, and that's painful. I mean, it's like you might have to sit home. You might not get to play. If you want to play for free, go to the jam. You want to play with for free, have people come over to your house. Have a garage. Just sit in your garage. Look, see the drums? We play for free in here. We practice. We have a good time. But when it's a gig, when it's professional, when you're expected to learn songs, and if you have to learn a lot of songs, by the way, if you got to learn a book before you go or memorize things, that's got to be figured into the overall too. So $50, nah, it's not going to work. No money, nah, that's not going to work. You have to actually figure out travel time, hang time, rehearsal time, all that sort of thing. How far in advance is this gig being booked? Do you need a deposit for that? Are they booking gigs for summer? Because they might get canceled, and you might have turned gigs down along the way, meaning that's your income. All right, you got to think about this stuff. You have to be a professional when it comes to money as well, okay? So all the things that you're going to do here to become a great side person culminate in getting paid as well, right? People who play for free devalue the market. They devalue our currency as musicians. You worked hard to get here, so expect to get paid what you're worth and be worth it. That's the key right there, okay? Hey, I want to tell you a story about 2 sidemen. I'm not going to do it today because we're kind of running long, but 2 sidemen that I grew up with and had the opportunity to grow up. We'll do that in another lesson here, another session here on YouTube. Not a lesson, a session. But if you'd like lessons, once again, reach out to me, davegoodsax@gmail.com. If you have any ideas for future sessions or ideas for or questions that you'd like to have answered or future sessions that you want to, have things covered, please put them in the comments below. All right, there are 215 subscribers, 215. I'm so grateful that you're there. I can't believe I have this many people subscribing to the YouTube channel here, and I'm beyond grateful. I'm humbled by you. It's you and me in the garage here. I'm not even using sound equipment here. I think content is king, and I hope that I'm helping you or at least giving you things that will help you. So go out there and be a great side person. All right. Till next time.